Where this is important right here. Studying the foot will instill in you the natural principles of how a form is designed in order to match its needed function. Okay. Thinking this way will sensitize you to creating characters. Okay, this is good. Okay, I guess we have to draw on the back. That's not good. It's a study. We're gonna move on. Let's do the next book. So now we're going to focus in on this art study. He does this really interesting technique where he'll create silhouettes, and he'll do a bunch of silhouettes, all different shapes, and then from that he'll try to pull out a character. He's looking at the outside shape needs to look interesting, and that's kind of how you know. Like if you look at SpongeBob, right? You see SpongeBob is basically a square. If you just look at the silhouette where it's all black, right? He's basically a square that looks like this, right? And then you got Patrick. We're just gonna do the silhouette, right? So, but you immediately recognize them because their silhouettes are so clear. Even if it's simple, it's so clear. Pushing your animal shapes. This practice has inspired designs, giving me a variety of ideas in terms of contrast, balance, and shape. Okay, so we're going to distill it, and we're going to say, he's saying, you can, this is what we're going to say, you can create a variety of designs by pushing, pulling, and warping the shapes that make up your character. There. You can even see in the line of action how the energy, he's like pulling it. And so that's where that pinch is, and he's pulling the shape. So look past the magic trick, right, of the design. Oh, it's a dog. Well, actually, no, it's just a bunch of shapes with line and placed in a certain place, and it makes you that illusion. So try to turn that off. See it as shapes from a bird's eye view, a macro level, right? And then you could zoom in and get those details there. So let's break it all down. All right, let's do one more. A lot of art that we have that's like that commercial anime Genshin Impact look. They all have the same face. There's like 2 or 3 different kinds of faces, and then it's like, all right, let's let the factory run. But what a lot of art is, if you want to have characters that look original and have a unique flair to them, with how their face experience, facial looks like, character art is really useful for that. Multiple and overlapping hair shapes create depth. So it says this one is foreground. That means it's in the front. It's the shape that's foremost in the front of the hair. And it says this one is the midground. Or the middle ground. Okay. And then hair is often made up of multiple shapes. Okay, so he broke. The ends of the hair are going to be considered the background. And then he's saying the part that's not the locks in the front is going to be considered the midground, which is probably a majority of what the hair is. So he's saying majority of the hair shape is the midground. So, and then the foreground, that's sort of going to be a defining characteristic where the locks are, if there are hair locks or not. So, foreground, in this case, because it's an afro. He's saying this portion of it is going to be the midground. This whole area right here. Mid-ground, and then, oh shit, it goes into this mid-ground, and then here is going to be this. That's the background. So that's useful. So he's saying, look for the roots. To find the shape and position of foreground, midground, background. Okay, draw hair. You are really trying to draw the feel of the hair, not every strand. Okay, that's a nice tip to keep. Draw that in there. Oh, you got some art studying in. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. This away.